I served in the United States Coast Guard. What made me pick out the Coast Guard as opposed to the other branches? I grew up on an island and there was a Coast Guard station nearby, and several of the men from the island enlisted in the Coast Guard as well as my older brother. So I chose to follow my older brother into the Coast Guard. What was it like being in the military? Completely different than civilian life. It was physical as well as mental. I was a gunner's mate. I learned all kinds of different type of weapons, explosives. How has honor flight affected me? I believe it has made me a more patriotic person. How did I find out about honor flight? Maybe 11 years ago, there was a news story on Channel 9 about honor flight taking veterans to Washington, D.C. And going as a veteran, it was completely different. I knew what was going to happen, when it was going to happen, but it was very emotional that all these volunteers would set up this day event in Washington, D.C. for you. It was fantastic. What was it like when we first touched down in D.C.? I forgot to mention the fire department had a water salute for the airplane. And again, there is hundreds of people at the gate there to greet you. It's exciting, emotional, fantastic. But at the World War II memorial, there was Senator Bob Dole, who just passed away, was there greeting the veterans. Each one had its own, each monument we went to had its own special meaning. Honor Flight Chicago did a fantastic job taking care of every need or want that the veteran had, and it's flawless. It was fantastic. What was the journey like back home? It was a long day. The adrenaline was running high. On the plane again, before we boarded the plane, we had food at the airport. And the highlight coming home was mail call. When you're away from home, you're 18 years old, and a letter from home was welcomed. And Honor Flight had arranged for school kids, family members to write a letter to each veteran. And we had mail call, and that was probably the most exciting part. There's a lot of nice people out there, the volunteers from Honor Flight Chicago, that honored veterans who weren't honored when they came home from serving in the military. It's something that they deserve, and yes, they should go sign up for Honor Flight Chicago.